Hello everybody, welcome to the show. We had a little bit of a rough time getting out here this morning, but I'll show you guys. See where we came from? Hopefully the sun's not blinding you, but Charles decided to go with me, left his kayak on the bank because it's so easy to put in. We decided to take the roughest boat to get in the water. But anyway, look at that water. Hopefully you guys can make out. It's kind of clear. We are in, I guess we could call this Paradise 2. But see, here's what we got out in front of us. And oh, what is that? What is that? Oh my God, that's the brightest rod in the world. Yeah, I'm trying out this new rod, and it's got the weirdest name, the Golden Mud Carp. Is that what you guys would have named this rod? That's the last thing I would have named this rod. But anyway, we're going to give it a shot today. But we're doing other stuff. We're doing all kinds of interesting stuff. Charles has even jumped on the worm bandwagon, so he'll be throwing some different stuff. Oh, let me check out your that rod. I want to show him that. I got one coming, but
delicacy.
Yeah. This rod right here, not the real. Charles likes these black maxes. I don't know.
That one is BFS.
Right, but he's got a shallow spool. But look at this rod. Now, I know the color. I'm sure some kind of, what do you call those artists? I don't know. You know, one of those artsy artists that add these colors, because it's got a red section there, and then it goes with this kind of a chartreusey green, a little bit on the wraps, but then it just goes to solid black. But when in person, if you guys have never seen these Mavlos delicacy rods in person, they look, the EVA, just how that is made, all it looks like high class, doesn't it, Charles? It looks like high dollar.
Nice,
it does not look cheap. You compare the two, this $23 one, and what is the delicacy? It's only like 30 or 28 with 2 tips. This only came with one. This comes with the ultralight and a light, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I definitely can already tell you I recommend this rod over this rod. But we're going to put this one through the pace. Charles, well, real quick, then we're going to get to fishing. Charles loved this one so much, he broke his original one, actually got stepped on, smashed. Not only did he buy another one, he has 2 more at home just sitting there new as spares. That's how much he likes that rod. Yep. So that's why I know I can definitely, and I've fished it just briefly and got a short fill, and I got one coming too. That's why I can definitely recommend this rod as far as, you know, these smaller places. You know, ponds, pits, creeks, and streams. You know, almost none of the ultralight stuff I've been getting so far on AliExpress is truly like big lake type stuff. You know, you guys like your 7-foot rods and bigger. But if you're in a kayak, honestly, and fishing small water, or these little boats like we're in, these little rods are perfect. Anyway, we're gonna get out here right now and catch some bass. Here you go, Charles. That is a nice rod. That's a very nice rod.
Really like
I have one coming, and if I really like it, the plan is on this winter, I got a lot of rods coming. I'm gonna be showing you guys and myself. The ones I like, you'll probably see more of. The ones I don't like, you'll probably see me getting rid of. And last thing, the dragon. You like the dragon, Charles,
yes.
right? Have you had it, what, 2 weeks now?
I got it with me.
But Charles
That's how much I like it.
Likes the dragon. I like the dragon, but it's just, for me, it's like a mid, I don't know. It's not quite what I was wanting. I was wanting something actually a touch stiffer, is what I'm looking for anyway, than the King Tutton 661. Not quite as stiff as the Conqueror 6.5 one. Anyway, buckle up, hang on. Let's check out some rods and catch some largemouth bass. What do you say, Charles?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, we are finally out, and I'm gonna try this. Whoa. I'm gonna try top water. The water is crazy clear, and I know we are definitely not in the right time of day.
It's not
really
as clear as it normally is in here. So we got a little bit of a tint to it.
But just until we get out of in there, I figure I'll try the popper. But we may move quickly. I always like to start kind of fast and high, and then work my way down and slow down. That's just kind of like my, I guess, fishing mentality. I don't like to just come out and find a spot and throw a worm and sit and jiggle it, but I will go there. I will go there pretty quick if I start throwing stuff and it just, nothing's working.
Oh, got loose.
I'll jump to a, more finesse approach. But I'm trying this rod out with the popper, and that's I've talked about these before. I think they're 4 gram. And I do have my best reel, BFS, well, my best reel period, but it happens to be a BFS reel, the Aldebaran BFS XG. And I'll probably switch to like a, I actually probably switch to something like kind of like a crappie jigger and underspin, I think. But this water is, it's not crystal clear.
Whoa.
Whoa.
There was a
but
bite.
It's got like a, I'd call it 6 or 8 foot visibility. It's definitely way clearer than most of the other places I fish. It's the clearest water other than Paradise 1.
Yeah.
Paradise 2 that I fish. Most places I fish has got a foot or 2 when it's good. This one way. Whoa. Okay, so I've established nothing. Oh, nothing on topwater, Charles.
Nothing.
Top
water
drag
sucks.
way too. Like always, I got drags way too freaking loose. But if it brings a fish, that may be a bigger fish.
It looks like a decent fish.
Oh boy, hang
Look
on.
at that rod. Yeah.
No, that is a little bitty fish, but this rod, it feels like a
It's not
giant.
that
Charles.
tiny.
No, it's a nice bass, but get it. Oh, you just do not want to come this. He's gonna come off. He does not want to come in camera angle. Look at that. Now he may come right off, but I'm gonna try to show you guys the water clarity by watching him dive. Hopefully you guys can tell. Look at that fish. That's probably what, 5 foot? I can still see
6
him.
feet, and you can still see
You
him.
can still see him. So that water's pretty clear. It's got a slight stain to it. Let's see if I can manage to get him in. First fish. It's a winner. It's a winner. It's a wiener. What do you guys think? First bass on this rod is a 1/4 pounder of cheese. It's probably closer to a 1/2 pound. That's a very nice bass. Where are you guys going? Stay right there. Very nice bass. I'm gonna get a quick pic just to show you boys on that don't watch the channel. The boys that are on the Facebook page will be able to see that yes, you can catch bass with a girly pole. Not as girly as spinning gear, but close. Right, Charles?
Yeah.
It's not spinning gear, but it's okay. Good enough. We got a pic. Look at my freaking phone. I dropped it. I gotta get a new phone. I've got to try to make this last for a month because I'm not eligible for an upgrade for another month. Yeah, I know. Story of my life. Check back with us next month, Mr. Hicklin. Oh yeah, your AliExpress stuff, it'll be here in 2 months. Let's see if this sucker will jump. Let's see how clear that water is. Actually, let's just see if watch him swim off. Go that way. They always go under the boat, Charles.
Of course.
And they hit the boat and they bang their heads and then they're like challenged after that. All right, I'm trying to get this GoPro resituated. All right, first bass of the day is awesome. Right over here. Let's keep going topwater. Charles just realized that he last week.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened to his leader. He just went straight braid, and so that's what he's been casting. We've only been here a few minutes, but he's went to change lures, and he's like, oh well, no wonder I don't even have a leader, which I do recommend when it's this clear water. If you're running straight braid, because a lot of guys are diehard, I run straight braid. I know my cousin, a few other people, they just run straight braid on a lot of stuff. Here, I never run straight braid, but here I definitely recommend do not run straight braid. And if you come out here and you're fishing with 6, 8, 10, and you're struggling, keep downsizing on clear water places until, a lot of times fish can be very line shy. Here, I don't think they're as bad because, this place gets fished, but they don't get fished that much, I don't think. I'm going to throw it right back there. I know I always talk about it. That takes so long sometimes in doing picks and stuff. But your best bet, especially like if you're a tournament fisherman or you just want to, is to throw right back where your last fish came from. Get it in, get it back in the water, and then get right back to that same spot or back it up with the bait. I don't even have any of my backup. Right there's where that bass came from. I thrown right in there and then just came out. But that little guy wouldn't matter. But usually, it's weird, but I almost swear that bass run in at least 2 to 5 packs.
And not a 6-pack.
Not a 6-pack. You'll never catch 6 in a row. You'll catch 3, 5, or 50. No, I don't know, but I'm saying you're very likely to catch more than one in the spot. If there's one there, there's something holding it. Usually that's got it there that'll have others there with it.
What is it they say? They're territorial, but only 8 to 10 feet.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I believe anything I've heard about bass over the years. The more I fish, the more everything you've heard is you can blow out of the water, like the scent and the smell and
Right.
just certain stuff. You get to the point like, I don't think anybody knows.
No, my grandfather did.
Just like the whole...
Everything my grandfather said, I have been able to prove time and time again. But that's about it. You know?
Well, I've heard, you know, back in the day, and I've heard Bill Dance change his stories over the years as far as...
Yeah.
Can they hear it, smell it, you know, just how well...
Oh, yeah, that
I don't think nobody knows exactly what the main...
No.
I think they like to see something, just like us.
Mm-hmm.
You like to see...
I think vibration matters, especially in stained water, but they're more sight.
Right. I think especially this water, they are going off sight.
Yeah. But what my grandfather, the things that I have tested over the years that always works is major and minor does play in, and barometric pressure, watching the cows.
Yeah.
If the cows are feeding, you will catch fish. If the cows are all laying down, it's going to be a rough bite.
Yeah, well, I go by I stuck it spring. There's nothing over there anymore. I go by I like the weather, and which is barometric pressure, basically.
Yes. And that's what, just the quickest, easiest way to judge barometric pressure, though, is to look at the cows.
Yeah.
You know, it just tends to be, if you're in the country. Now, if you're in the city, up there, fishing Jacomo and Blue Springs and stuff, you might not get to see any cows.
Yeah. Then that's when you look at the people up on the corner.
Yeah.
See what they're doing. If they're out and about. And you can go by, a lot of people claim that too, not just the cows, but out in the country you go by like, if other animals are out running.
Oh yeah.
You know,
all
that stuff.
Yeah, I do the same with deer hunting and everything else. Yeah, they all run.
And I think like it honestly affects people. They just don't understand it does.
Yeah,
they're not realizing that the mood they're in or what's making them feel draggy or down or up.
Right.
Also comes into play, that barometric pressure.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, none of it matters until we catch fish. I should go, I'm trying to think, what do I want? Should I go straight to the worm?
Now you got me checking, make sure that I haven't, when I put my two-piece together, wrapped the line around it.
Yeah, you got to double check.
I think, okay. I thought I was into you at first.
Oh, you're down low and I threw over you. That's why I just wanted to try a shot over there.
Oh, you always got to try and steal my spots. I know that.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry, that's what I do. Like, oh, you caught one there? Here, I'll help. I'll help see if there's anything
That does look like a good spot. Let me throw right in there amongst you.
Here, I'll help see if there's anything else in there.
Yeah.
Or there's always, here, I'll keep it warmed up for you while you're getting that.
While you're unhooking that one. There's probably a bigger one in there that I'm going to back up on.
I'm going straight to this one. I'm trying to decide what. Should I try to throw one of those little crank? Maybe I should.
Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh, Charles has one. That's a nice bass.
Yeah, that's a nice bass.
Don't lose him, Charles.
Okay, I won't
set my rod down. That rod. That's as big as mine. They look bigger in the water.
Yeah.
That bass looked 2 pounds when he first came and pulled under the boat. It's about the size of mine.
Oh, is it, Jumper?
What pound test do you use?
6.
Okay. Charles scares me when he uses 4 and he starts grabbing that line, because that 4 pound is a...
Well, I'm not boat flipping with this rod.
Well, I know, but I'm talking about you should reach down and grab the line with your hand. Sometimes I'll do that. Nice bass. Don't do it with 4 pound test. 6 or more with the little dinks isn't too bad, but I've watched, even with 10 pound, I think, was it Emily fishing 10 pound? She reached down and grabbed a 2 pounder to lift it up like that. Bloop. I done it with the, remember when we were at when I caught my smallmouth, Melbourne Lake, I did that drum. I did something. I think it was a drum. I went to grab the line. Probably only 10 pound test and doom, snapped it. All right, let's go, Charles. We're tied 1-1. Not that anybody's counting. But Charles was throwing a little crank. I was throwing a popper, but after that first fish, it just died off. Nothing, not another hit. So I'm gonna jump straight to the worm. I'm gonna let him keep throwing that. Well, I'm not gonna let him. He can do it. It's free country. He can do what he wants to do. But
I do what I want.
he's gonna do whatever he's doing. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do my thing on this rod and reel because this is my new luckiest rod and reel. First cast, Charles.
Nice.
My luckiest rod and reel, and it could be just because I've got this. Maybe the best worm color ever, sprayed grass. Charles told me he went and bought some sprayed grass too.
Yep, I got sprayed.
I'm gonna do what I just
told. Jimi Hendrix.
Nobody
there he is
do
again.
10-pound
Got him
tips.
again.
Charles has made it. Got a double. And we just got here. We've been here 10 minutes maybe?
Yeah.
I've been running my mouth for about 10
And the
minutes.
gentleman on the way in said there's no fish down in that place.
Yeah, this place is empty. Look at that bass. Catching them both ways. Charles has a crank. I believe that's one of the doctors, Dr. Krankenstein.
Nope, it's a Bomber A.
Bomber A. That's un-American. Are bombers still made in America? I know it's an American company. Are they actually still made in America? I have some, but doubled up. Here we go. Will they jump? Double jump, Charles. Let's go. Go. Oh, nope. Both swam off. All right, we're on it now. We are on fire. We're officially on fire, but I'm starting to get chilly. I'm probably put my hoodie back on. Charles is definitely on fire, but they're getting smaller, Charles.
Yeah, they are.
But he literally, he's casting over here. I'm casting the other side of the bank. Is just every cast, he's got a bass. That, oh, quick release. That's the best way to do it without getting hooked. Oh yeah, I was just editing some footage and I had to show Olivia. I was laughing. I hooked myself like 3 times with the same freaking, a little fish. It shook, hooked me, it come unhooked. And I was trying to look at the camera and say I just got hooked. And then when I grabbed it, I grabbed the hook and squeezed it so hard it stuck in me again. I yanked that out.
And there was another one.
And then it got me one more time. I hooked myself 3 times within like a 2-second window on one fish. And quick story before we go here and see if Charles catch another one. I'm serious. Back 10 years ago maybe, when I had my big bass boat and then I ended up selling a lot of that stuff off, I went through all of my baits and I bent the barbs down on every single one of them. Not,
You're hanging yourself.
yeah,
so
not
much.
because I was, the whole thing about fishing, which it's true. It is better on fish, but man, you lose way too many fish when you do that. But I literally hooked myself 2 or 3 times
Oh, missed that one too.
that season.
Did you
and
see it?
No,
Oh.
I heard it. Camera saw it. I was looking at the camera, but I stuck myself with bigger hooks, and I mean they were like in, and I have to go get the pliers. And it's not that it hurts terribly bad; it's the thought, the process. You know what's coming, and you're waiting for it while you're getting the pliers out, and you got to, yank a freaking hook that's got this huge barb out of your finger. I just went through every one with that same pair of pliers and squeezed every barb down on every bait I owned, jigs, hooks, crankbait, the treble hooks. I mean everything. And then I ended up selling it all, and I posted it as what it was. I was like, every one of my baits has the things, down. And I sold the whole lot, tackle box and all. Then now I don't bend them down because that little barb can be a whole difference in the world between, especially like a big bass. But even the little ones, man, you'd be surprised how many just come flying. There's like no way to keep some of them pinned. They just shake so much. I definitely wouldn't do that with any kind of smallmouth or something. Fishing for smallmouth, because
Smallmouth, rock bass, trout.
something that jump and shake and just move so much, they will loosen that line enough to throw that hook completely off. Anyway, let's go. Charles is catching them so fast I can't even record long enough. I was like, okay.
Quick release.
And he's releasing them quicker than I can get it. Charles is catching them and releasing them faster than I can even get them on the...
now I'm
who's
hung.
hung that?
Nah, I'm hung on.
That's why I was just talking about. I told Charles, he said, I ought to try Dr. Krankenstein. I was like, yeah, I will as soon as I get set up here. And I have plenty of those in that color in case I lose them to use, because there's a lot of brush. And even the bomb, like what Charles is using, these aren't square bills. Well, I don't even have one rigged up yet. I'm getting ready to.
They are slight divers.
They are just small little mini diver things. They don't go super deep, but if they hit trees, they usually stick to them. Charles just spooked this whole area, which we don't really care, but yeah, I was going to say, give me the rod and I'll pop you off if you want. Nope, Charles, always a hard way. Don't fall in. Give me the rod.
Okay.
There you go. I'm way up here. Okay. While we're here, I always used to do that because my cousin Robbie, he would get hung up every other cast. So a lot of my catches, you'll hear me say, while we're here, because we're going in to get him unhung, and I cast up in a spot and catch like a giant bass.
There's another one.
Charles is tearing them up. I'm going to freaking get this popper off and go.
You need to get Frankenstein.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him.
Here we go.
But you're releasing them too. Check your hooks.
No, I'm just doing it on purpose.
I guarantee you, Dr. Frankenstein won't be like that.
I'm letting them go on purpose. That's a movement. It's a twitch of the wrist.
Yeah, he's a pro at it. Quick release pro. I'm gonna show you how not to quick release them. Give me the doctor. So I want to try it. What is it? I got a doctor with. I may do a little video on that just real quick. Because I do have I got several doctors. Here's the old original.
That's the best one.
I probably don't need to.
The old original.
I changed out to a red hook. Whoa, get off there. Just because the other hook jacked up, but that one's got some chewed up marks and stuff, and I leave the little ring, which technically I usually take that off. But I'll tell you real quick why I do that, especially on these little cranks. That little split ring makes less of a ruckus than if you put the. So you put your snap on. If you use a snap, the snap is running in line with how you're pulling the bait, so the snap's not running like that. Does that make sense? I'd rather have that ring, makes a smaller disturbance technically, so yeah. That's just my theory on that. I was like, okay, I'll just leave it. On the real little baits, I think it could make a difference. Yeah. So Charles, I'm gonna see if, now the doctor does sink.
Yeah, the bomber doesn't, but the my alleys that I have, they sink.
And look at that huge turtle.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna get hung. Oh no, it came right over that log. The doctor shot right. Look at this. I want you guys to watch this. I don't know if you can be able to see it or not. I'm gonna throw it at the turtle. Okay. Oh, I hit the turtle. It came over that log. That's unintentional. But there's a tree sticking up right in that water. I got to fit. Oh, it had a hit right. Oh my God. Hang on. The doctor cast great. I was trying to show you guys. I'm coming right across this log.
These bombers are.
And that doctor shoots right over that thing just like a square bill would.
Yeah, you have good luck with them.
Saying it will every time.
These bombers are a little bit lighter than the doctors, than the AliExpress.
Yeah, this thing casts.
Tried kind of hit it harder to cast sometimes.
It's shooting right over that stump anyway. And that's another thing I noticed about these doctors. The bigger hooks, a lot of guys say that it sucks because they hook themselves. If you cast, right before it's going to hit the water, stop it. It jerks and it pushes that back hook to the back, and it's not, there's a fish. It's not going to hit. Oh, where are you guys at? Oh my God. I got a one-handed, my new rod is tearing them up. I'm going to show Charles how to get a true catch and release. Charles does that quick catch and release. Whoa. Should we show the folks if this is a boat flip? I'm not going to try to.
I wouldn't do it.
It is 10-pound test.
Yeah, but it's the rod.
No, that's what I'm saying. I know the line won't break.
Yeah.
Look at that. Choked it. Where are you guys at? You guys are going to have to stop drinking on a Friday night because we're going fishing on Saturdays. I need you guys to be paying attention. Oh boy, pliers. Always. First thing you do if you're thinking about getting into fishing, buy a good set of these or some kind of needle nose type pliers. I got them.
These are, no, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
these
show 'em the
KVD, these KVD are real good ones.
Yeah, but I don't even know where these came from, but little snap rings I like the best. Look at that. Man, these bass look good. Are they jumpers? Of course they are. I ain't got all day to sit and try to make them jump though. We are just getting started still. We haven't been here a half hour yet. I don't know. This rod is growing on me. This could be one of those rods where I'll go fishing with Matt and smoke him with it and go,
and
you just got beat by a girl. Because I think it's just,
it looks good with that reel with the purple
That's why
camo and stuff.
Just to throw it like a crazy clown comical thing, but it freaking works. It doesn't do anything wrong. The only thing I don't like about it, look what they sent me the cork.
Yeah.
See that
cork sucks.
chunk? Dude, can you not just put the bad spot on the bottom? Would have made a world of difference. It's where you don't have to look at that. Now I may use this rod just so me and you and everybody will know, because I've never tried the cork filler stuff they got.
Oh yeah.
I thought about doing that with this rod because they claim there's some cork filler. I tried to do an imitation version of it myself. I stuck some glue in a hole and I started sanding the outside and letting the dust like fall in there. but it doesn't really come out the same way. But I think
Oh, that one wrapped.
Charles.
That one wrapped. It hit, and I was like, ooh, and then it wrapped.
We'll be back. We're stuck on a freaking tree. Same tree as earlier.
Yeah.
Charles cannot catch a fish while I'm watching. Did you guys see that? I sat there for 2 casts, like gonna try to show you because the water's so clear, like a bass coming in. Nothing. I shut the camera off, go to back the boat up. He's like, there's one.
Oh, that's in the tree.
Oh my God. He's like me. The last video I had to Charles, I'm like, I'm trying to put an outro together and I'm nothing. The minute I shut that camera off, like, all right guys, see you later. I've just fished to the truck, you know, bam, I had like a freaking 2.5, 3 pounder on a chatterbait. So I hit the camera like, I told you guys. I knew there was the last one before the truck. It never fails. When I shut that camera off at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bounces through the brush. Does well.
Yeah. Okay, Charles does it again. Ooh, that's a giant. Charles catches, you guys guess what that is? Yep, that is a green. I keep calling them, I had the ear, but it's not a green ear. It's a green sunfish, I think is all they call those.
Yeah. And you got to have pliers for these because
Yep.
the mouths are so
Those are also your KVD pliers things. There we go. That's how you release a fish, Charles, not the other way you were doing it. You have confidence in it. Me and Charles both decided to switch to rattle traps at the same time.
I think.
This is like overkill for the clamber, but
Yeah, that's what this one's the same way
It's
for the
real.
delicacy. I'm about ready to go to the dragon. Just
well, yeah, that's probably what you should be throwing it on.
yeah, because it's a
Dragon.
little heavier.
Perfect for like any of your
Small rattle traps, little.
yeah, your crank treble bait. All right, I'm gonna start. I may try burning this a little bit.
I may get out the Black
Got one.
Max and start throwing big
Uh-oh.
rattle traps.
In something or he's bigger. No, I think he was on a branch. There we go. That did not take long. 2 or 3 casts in. Nice bass. Look how he ate it.
Nice. They're not liking
So
this.
technically, this is still BFS to me.
Yeah, it's pretty light.
You could probably get away on a regular casting rod, especially some of the, oh, I don't know what they call those. I guess just finesse, you know, your MGL spooled SB stuff, but I guarantee you it's more fun and I can zing it as far or further with a BFS setup. Got to pick my nasty phone. We're going to see if this one will jump. Come on. Oh, he wants it. Nope. It did not. I about dropped my phone in the water, which wouldn't have hurt my feelings. I just went and got a new one tomorrow because it needs to be new. Let's go. Okay. Like I mentioned, I don't know if you'd really call that, but that is the, I believe that's the 1/4 ounce. That's the Booyah Hard Knocker. I love that color. I call it the Zombie. They call it something else. But it's basically a bone colored rattle trap, or lipless crank as some of you guys call it, because rattle trap's actually a brand name, not the whole. But I'm throwing it on the with the clamber on the Conqueror 6.5 light, which is actually a very perfect rod for that kind of thing. It's a touch on the stiff side, but for your, you know, 1/8 and 1/4 ounce, something with a little bit bigger treble than say your real little bitty Dr. Frankensteins or smaller. It's perfect for that. Worms, it's kind of like an all-around BFS rod, a very good one. Now it's not really a small creek and stream rod. It's more like where we're at now, you know, your mid bodies of water, kind of that. I'll try to show you. I'm going to cast one. I guess I'll cast one about as far as I can. Probably break this rod. Well, as far as the line, look at that, Charlie. I threw all the line.
Yeah.
But I think this may be 15-pound braid. But I did just throw all the line I had on this little clamber. So this rod is rated, I think, for, it says 12 pounds. I got 10 on it with a, but I think that, it may be 10, but I want to say that could be also 15-pound Hercules. But either way, whatever that is, I need to put something that does, I need to either put a little more line on or go to a little thinner braid, because it can cast that braid, the line completely, spool it. It's got such a narrow spool. Alright, before I completely switch to worms, I had real good luck with this thing a while back on the Zephyr. And I know this rod's a little stiffer than the Zephyr, so it'll throw it no problem. So I'm just going to throw it kind of up on the bank. And it's not really a square bill, but it's kind of just a perfect size bait to throw in along. Even though these are steeper edges, I think it gets down a little quicker than most of your baits this size, unless they're truly like a deep diving one. Alright. But I'll leave it on. But I'm going back to the worm. Because right here, I hope you guys can see what I'm seeing. There's like grass up here. I'm going to literally throw that worm right on that grass. There. What I'm going to try to do is find the edge. You can't see the sun and the shape of me like block. Okay. I can't really see into the water, even though I know the clarity is good. I can't see what's going on. And we've just drifted up here, so I don't think I spooked out anything. Because I think as much as I can't see down, I don't think they can really see that well either up. Oh, I got a fish. That fish was running. I saw, that's a perfect example. I don't know how much of that you guys saw, but I'm going to have to move the boat now.
Oh, did I lose my good one?
But I didn't feel anything. I just saw my line. It started going away from the grass line. And I'm like, okay, that is definitely a fish.
I think I lost a really good bomber that I haven't been able to find another one.
This is why you throw the worm. Nice chunk. Well, there we go. Look at that fat. Look, this is only fat on one side. This side is not sticking out as far as this side. He's probably got like a crawdad or something that one's like on that side of his belly. But he's definitely a jumper, and this worm is definitely legit. Uh-oh, it's finally, just now, this is the actual worm that I caught my personal best on. And look, it is finally, that fish did it in. Look at that, Charles.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to track down.
Aww.
I've probably caught, there's grass there, Charles.
Yeah,
I don't know how many fish, even since the big one, before the big one, and I gotta retire that worm. So, yeah, I'll be back.